And I blame the council for this, for me ending up here. I've never ever been like that until now.
People don't realise that there are only 2 mortgage payments away from you. There's so many people who don't realise they're that close.
If you end up homeless in society, typically make you, in my mind, of the most vulnerable demographic in the UK. As a government, as a society, as private citizens, they need to be the people that we focus on first. It just occurred to me what a broken system that we have for dealing with homeless people. So what we're doing there effectively as a society is basically writing people off. If you look at this situation, what happens when you become homeless, then the council has a statutory obligation to find you some kind of shelter. So people typically get put in these things called bed and breakfasts, which is a bit of a misleading term. And the average waiting time in that situation in Scotland is between 18 and 24 months and zero support.
I'm sleeping in a park. I'm sleeping at the back of Old Bar 1. I know what it's like to be homeless on the street. And it is horrible. You get people throwing stuff at you, you get people hitting you like that. I go slash just because I asked that guy for change. I would love to have somewhere to stay.
I don't think there's enough help. I'm trying to get enough to get an Airbnb at night, myself, and pay it myself.
The local authorities and the government know what a terrible waste of money it is, but because it's a statutory obligation, they're kind of at full stretch and they don't really have any alternatives and they have to keep that money shelling out every night. The main intention is just to provide a different model. It's simply about trying to have a structure is focused at helping them out of that situation. The logic for us was to try and create a little alternative model to that. We started through engaging with all the homeless populations over the course of the last 5 years. We started to understand more about the issue, more about the root causes of it, and more about how we currently deal with it as a society. So we approached Edinburgh Council and asked them if they could give us some vacant land, and we sought to find quite an innovative low-cost housing model.
In the nest house, we've got a single main room, which is the living area, with a kitchen with storage and a microwave. The communal area here, 2 chairs and a wood stove for coziness and comfort. I think the concept behind it really is that when homeless people come into something, when they're not used to this environment, I would really hope that it's giving them a sense of trust, really, that they've been trusted with something which is of a better quality than they've been used to. That, to me, is starting them down the road of starting to think, actually, there's better out there than I've experienced, and there is some incentive there to try and grab the opportunities that offers to them. I've created a sleeping niche, as it were. The idea is that gives you a sense of security and snugness and safety within your own bedroom. Once the system is in place and we've got the village up and running, I think we'll then be able to look at spinning that out as a solution for other areas. It really, it could go all over Britain without any problem.
What sort of difference did that make to someone like you to get that, if you had that opportunity?
Fantastic. Fantastic. At least some days got the brains to think about us. It would help. It would help a lot.
Potential to be life changing for me. I know as soon as I get myself back into the house, I'll be right back into work. I hate the fact I'm not working.
So effectively we've put 11 houses into production, 1 for staff and 10 for 20 people that are currently in that homelessness situation. They'll live there for 12 to 18 months. They'll get really intensive support on site. They'll get links to the local college. They'll move on and be supported into a permanent tenancy, and that will hopefully come alongside a qualification and a job, and just generally being supported up and out of that situation of homelessness. The first residents are expected to move in early 2018. We are not claiming this is the one-stop solution to the whole homelessness problem, but then it could certainly make a big difference, to a reasonable amount of people that are trapped in homelessness. But we do see it as potentially an important part of a jigsaw of different solutions required to end homelessness.